Hey, Carson and Harrison here at Turtle Pond near Millikan Library, and we're here to talk to you a little bit more about Caltech academics. As I'm sure you know, Caltech has some stellar academics. But the best part about our academics is that they really do train us to be scientists, mathematicians, and engineers.
One of the great things about our classes are that 100% of them are taught by faculty members. The professors here are fantastic. We've got Nobel laureates, MacArthur Genius Grant winners, you name it, we got it. And that's really great to be able to take classes from these professors. In fact, our freshman year, we took physics from David Politzer, a Nobel laureate in physics. So taking physics from a Nobel laureate in physics is kind of a pretty cool thing not many people get to do.
Professor Politzer is awesome. He's always wearing a Hawaiian shirt. But the best part about him is that he's really passionate about his students. I met with him so many times when I was struggling through electricity and magnetism. But that just goes to show how small our student-faculty ratio really is, that his professor can sit down and meet with you.
And all the faculty members are like that. They really don't see us as students, they really see us as scientists, and that's what the Honor Code is all about. The Caltech Honor Code states that no member of the Caltech community shall take unfair advantage of any other member. And that goes from Frosh in their first year here all the way up to our most esteemed faculty. It binds everyone together.
My favorite part about the Honor Code, though, is that we have take-home exams. You take it when you want, where you want. It's however you work best and whenever you're going to problem solve best. So I'm currently actually taking an exam.
Don't you have a meeting to get to?
I have a meeting to get to. I will talk to you later.
Cool.
All right, great.
See you later. Another great thing about academics here is pass-fail. Your first 2 terms here as a Frosh are on pass-fail. I miss it so much as a junior. Basically, the transition into college is hard no matter where you go. But coming to Caltech, it's going to be a lot harder. You're probably going from an environment where you worked a lot by yourself and didn't have to study much to an environment where you have to work all the time and you have to work with tons of other people. Now, this transition can be kind of hard, so it's good to have those first 2 terms, 20 whole weeks, to kind of get used to it, learn how to study, learn how to manage your time, get to know yourself, get to know what you can handle. By the time 3rd term rolls around, you're a pro, you're ready to tackle it, and you're ready for grades. Let's go up to Millikan Library and talk about core. As a Frosh, pretty much all of your classes are going to be taken right here around Millikan Library. We take all our humanities in that building over there. We take chemistry in this building over here. Biology further back behind those trees. Physics is in this building right here. And math is right here. Now, the core curriculum is a basic set of classes that all students have to take no matter what your major is before you graduate Caltech. The idea is to give all of our students a very broad and in-depth coverage of many fields of science. This way, if they go on to be a physicist, mechanical engineer, whatever, they know a lot about different fields of science. And that helps a lot when you go on into academia or industry to know more than just what your major is. We don't ask students to declare majors coming into Caltech. We figure you don't know enough about the fields anyway. And that's what's great about the core. It gives you plenty of time to figure out what you like, figure out what interests you, figure out what math, physics, biology really are. And then at the end of your Frosh year, you can declare. If you still don't know at the end of your Frosh year, you're still unsure, that's totally fine too. Plenty of my friends have switched majors like halfway through their sophomore year, so it's totally doable. The core really does help you prepare for your option-specific classes. Once you get into your sophomore, junior, senior year, start taking those upper-level classes, you really build on what you learned in the core. And once you take all of those classes and you graduate Caltech, you'll have all the tools necessary to be a very effective scientist or engineer. I know that I'm comfortable that when I graduate, I'm going to have all the tools necessary to be a fantastic mechanical engineer and hopefully make a huge impact.
The following program is brought to you by Caltech.
Hi, Harrison and Carson here. We're here at Moore Walk in front of Moore Laboratory to talk a little bit about research. Caltech is one of the, if not the premier research institution in the world. So being an undergrad here is pretty exciting. There's tons of cutting-edge, amazing research happening right here in Pasadena. And as undergrads, we get to be a part of it from day one.
Caltech has more graduate students than undergrads, so there's plenty of research to go around. The best way to do that is to do the SURF program. SURF stands for Summer Undergraduate Research Fellowship, and it really does mirror the life of a scientist. You're working with your mentor to propose a project Last year, 90% of Caltech students that applied got into the program. That's better odds than NSF. Then you get to do 10 weeks of research in the summer, and at the end of your 10 weeks, you get to present your research at a conference and write up a paper. Some people even get published.
Aren't you going to get published soon?
We're waiting to hear back from the journal. Fingers crossed.
Cool. One of the greatest things about the SURF program is that it doesn't require any previous research experience. 55% of our Frosh last year did some sort of active research their first year at college. That's pretty awesome.
That is pretty awesome. And most students do their SURF at Caltech, but you can do it anywhere. So for the last 2 summers, I did my SURF at Duke because it's close to home, and Duke has a med school, so I got to do orthopedic research. Plus, those home cooked meals are nice.
Or if you're unlike Carson and want to get as far away from home as possible, you can do that too. I've had friends research in Germany last summer. I've also had friends at CERN working at the Large Hadron Collider. There's tons of amazing opportunities and tons of amazing places to go.
So here we're at Annenberg, and it was built in 2009, and it was designed to apply computer science to interdisciplinary fields. So this building has physicists, mathematicians, biologists, you name it, using computer science to solve real-life problems. But I want to show you another research center, so let's go. See ya.
See ya.
Here we are at Jorgensen. It's a LEED Platinum certified building, and it was reopened in October 2012 to centralize sustainability research on campus. It's one of my favorite places to show on a tour because even though the research is out of my field, the research is pretty groundbreaking. It hosts the Resnick Sustainability Institute, which combines science, math, and engineering to solve worldwide sustainability problems. It also hosts the Joint Center for Artificial Photosynthesis. They're trying to make fuel out of carbon dioxide, water, and sunlight. How crazy is that? They're going to be able to do what plants do, but better. And just like every other lab on campus, you can work in these labs and do this research as an undergrad.
This past summer, I got to work at the Laser Interferometry Gravitational Wave Observatory, or LIGO laboratory, here at Caltech. It's a physics laboratory, but they need tons of mechies to help build all their suspensions, equipment, and instruments to make sure all the physics goes right. The summer before that, the summer after my Frosh year, I got to work at a geology laboratory with Dr. Joe Kirschfink. My favorite part of that project was we got to go to Italy to collect rock samples. So I went to Italy for 2 weeks over the summer. I was a freshman with almost zero geology knowledge, but I got to go do field work in Italy the summer after my Frosh year. So pretty cool. But not all students only work during the summer. A lot of students choose to continue their research into the year, either for credit or for pay. You can do research in one lab one summer and then move into a different lab the next summer. You can do research in a lab one summer and then go do an internship the next summer at a company like Google, Facebook, Boeing, Raytheon, SpaceX, wherever. Another place students love to do internships is at Jet Propulsion Laboratory, or JPL, right down the road. It's a NASA laboratory run by Caltech, the only NASA site run by a university. We have a bus that leaves every day from Caltech to JPL that students love to hop on and go work with all the fantastic researchers we have working up there. But here we are at Guggenheim, one of our aeronautics buildings, so why don't I take you inside and we'll see if anybody's working in the lab. So right back here, we have Professor Pellegrino's Large Space Structures Laboratory, also known as the Folding Lab. They're concerned with the packaging, deployment, and stability of large space structures, much like the parachute that you probably saw on the Curiosity rover when JPL landed it on Mars. A vast majority of our students choose to do active research because it's a great way to get the tools and experience necessary to be a real force in whatever field you choose to go into as soon as you leave Caltech.